Ed, we have reached my favorite portion of the game show. And as I mentioned, you are going to have the opportunity to play a version of a game show that you worked on. So are you ready to do a little role reversal and go from staff member to contestant?
Yes.
Well, it's time for the game of the day.
Game of the day.
So I'm presuming you're wondering, what game from your past are you going to stand behind the podium and play? Well, I hope your memory is in tip-top shape because we are going to play Perfect Recall. However, because I'm the one hosting this game, Terry Wogan's name in the title has to go. And today I am officially renaming the game as Clarke's Perfect Recall. Clarke's Perfect Recall. And here's how Clarke's Perfect Recall works. There are going to be 3 rounds of gameplay, each of which consists of 20 trivia questions pertaining to UK game shows or competition shows. The first round establishes the 20 answers that will also be the correct answers in rounds 2 and 3. Of course, I will be asking you 20 brand new questions during both the second and third rounds, so it will be up to you to remember what the 20 correct answers are. For rounds 1 and 2, correct answers will be worth 1 point each. But round 3 will be played against the clock like the show's bonus round, and correct answers will be worth 2 points. By the end of the third round, Ed, if you have accumulated 40 points or more, you will not be receiving the consolation prize of a pink-eared elephant trophy, but instead, you will be deemed a Clarke's Perfect Recall winner. So Ed, those are all the rules. Are you ready to show off your game show trivia skills and your recall prowess?
I wouldn't say show off, but let's give it a go.
Then let's play Clarke's Perfect Recall. So we are going to start with round 1, which consists of 20 questions, each worth 1 point. Once I read the question, you will have 5 seconds to give me an answer, and remember to keep track of all the correct answers, as they will be showing up again in rounds 2 and 3. With that being said, here is question number 1. Good luck. Contestants were 5 minutes to a this when playing a 2013 game show hosted by Davina McCall.
Fortune.
That is correct, yes, 5 minutes to a fortune. That's worth 1 point, and here comes question 2. It's what Bob Monkhouse's Shot was in the late 60s and early 70s.
Golden.
Golden is correct. Golden Shot was the name of the show. That's 2 points, and now let's move on to question 3. The total number of correct answers needed to win the Around the World Grand Prize during the bonus round on winning lines.
Oh, gosh. 20.
You didn't seem so sure about that one, but 20 is the correct answer for your third point. And here comes question 4. Only connects round 1 hieroglyphic choices are 2 reeds, lion, twisted flax, horned viper, the eye of Horus, and what?
Oh, I have no idea. Cleopatra's Needle.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is water, but no worries, let's move on to question 5. Contestants tried to cross the big D's on Total Wipeout.
Balls?
Yes, balls is correct for your 4th point. Question 6. On Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, this lifeline allows you to take away 2 wrong answers.
50-50.
Of course, 50-50 is correct. That's your 5th point, and here comes question 7. The British version of Hollywood Squares was called what Squares?
Celebrity?
Celebrity Squares is correct. You're doing great, Ed. Question 8. It's the number of keys in the title of a 2003 Richard Bacon-hosted game show.
I don't know. 3 keys.
No, 19 is the answer, as in the 19 keys. But let's move on to question 9. This word comes directly before drain in the title of a 1992 to 1993 panel show hosted by Jimmy Mulville.
Brain drain?
The brain drain is absolutely correct for your 7th point, and here comes the halfway point of round 1, question 10. It precedes the word out when describing a gameplay button on Limitless Win.
Freeze?
No, not freeze, I'm afraid. It's actually cash, as in cash out button.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Moving right along, here comes question 11. Simon Cowell created the 2019 competition show titled The Greatest What?
Showman?
Not The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Dancer was the answer. Question 12. On the 2018 game show Chase the case colors were red, blue, yellow, orange, and what other color?
Gold?
It wasn't gold, it was money green. Green was the answer. Alright, Ed, that's 3 wrong in a row, but I have a feeling you're gonna get question 13 correct. Here it is. This word came before ladders in the title of the UK version of Chain Reaction.
Lucky Ladders!
Yes, Lucky Ladders it is. That's your 8th point, Ed. And let's go on to question number 14. On a season 1 episode of Pointless, the movie Grand Champion was a given pointless answer for the category Feature Films starring who Willis?
Bruce?
Bruce is correct. No trick question there. That's another point for you, Ed. And here comes question 15. In 2012, George Lamb hosted a live game show involving 25 safe deposit boxes titled The What Job?
Bank Job?
The bank job is correct for your 10th point, and here comes question 16. Filmed in Mozambique, Alexander Armstrong and Emma Willis hosted a 2013 game show called Prize What?
Island.
Prize Island is correct for point number 11, and here comes question number 17. An interactive game show that aired from 2005 to 2007 was called What Mania?
Money Mania.
No, that's incorrect. Quiz Mania was the answer.
Yes, of course.
3 questions left in this round. Question 18. The title of a 2002 game show hosted by Marcus Bentley described this as dirty.
Money?
Now's the time for money. That is correct.
Oh, let me guess.
Well, it was a good guess because it earned you point number 12, and here comes question 19. A typical game of Countdown comprises of numbers rounds, a conundrum, and what other type of rounds?
Word round.
No, they're specifically called letters rounds.
Letters.
And here comes the last question of the round, question 20. Based on the series Ben 10, a 2011 children's game show presented by Johnny Pitts was called Ben 10 Ultimate What?
Robot.
No, that was a tough one. Ben 10 Ultimate Challenge was the name of the show, so challenge was the answer I was looking for. Alright, that's the end of round 1, and you have earned 12 points. Not bad.
Oh, not too bad.
So let's move on to round 2. You are 28 points away from your 40 points winning goal, and every question in round 2 is still worth 1 point. Remember, all of the answers featured in round 1 will also be the answers to the questions in round 2, and here comes question 1. Glee star Heather Morris won the second series of The Masked What?
Dancer.
You almost said singer, didn't you? Well, I'm glad you didn't say singer because dancer is the correct answer for your first point of round 2.
It's a well-written question, that, Bradley. Well done, because that's exactly what you had to do, which would always amaze people on Perfect Recall, because they would get to round 3 and say a word that's never been mentioned once as one of the answers. And you're like, hang on, that's not been an answer all show. And they're like, oh, dang. And if I'd just said singer, then you'd have been like, no, that wasn't one of the answers.
Well, I appreciate your compliment about my question writing. Thank you so much. All right, you're at 13 points, and here comes question 2. On The Void, contestants competed in challenges with the hopes of not ending up in a tank full of what?
Water.
Water is correct for your 14th point, and here comes question 3. On a 2010 game show, contestants had to travel how many yards in order to hit their buzzer and answer the question?
The whole 19 yards.
Yes, one of my personal favorites, the whole 19 yards is correct for your 15th point, and here comes question 4. On the 2015 game show The Edge, the contestants tried to land these as close to the edge as possible.
Balls.
Balls is right for your 4th correct answer in a row. Let's try to make it 5 in a row with question 5. Last name of co-host and darts scorekeeper Tony on the game show Bullseye.
What was his name? Fortune.
No, Tony Green is the name I was looking for. But you still have 16 points, and here comes question 6. From 2021 to 2023, former football player Gary Lineker hosted the game show Sitting on a What?
Fortune.
Well, you were wrong with fortune on the last question, but you're correct with fortune now. That's your 17th point, and here comes question 7. From 2005 to 2006, John Moody asked passengers trivia questions while driving the what cab?
Cash cab.
Of course, cash cab is correct for your 18th point, and here comes question 8. Clive Anderson hosted a 2008 game show titled Brainbox What?
No idea. Rainbox balls.
No, the word challenge got you again. It was Brainbox Challenge. Moving on to question 9. In Series 1 of Red or Black, these were the odds of choosing the correct color during the roulette wheel final game.
50-50.
50-50 is correct for your 19th point, and let's try to get point number 20 with question 10. Here it is. It's the highest number of stars a contestant can earn during the Starway round on the 2017 singing competition show Let It Shine.
20.
Well, would you look at that? The number 20 just earned you your 20th point of the game. 20 is the correct answer. There were 4 judges, and they each had 5 stars to award. You are now halfway to a win. 20 points down, 20 points to go. And here comes question number 11 of round 2. Phil Collins, Huey Lewis, and Elvis Costello were once a team on the game show Pop What?
Pop Island.
No, not Pop Island. A little more straightforward. Pop Quiz was the correct answer. Question 12. It's what contestants tried to beat on a 2015 game show hosted by John Craven.
Beat the Brain.
Very good. Beat the Brain is correct for point number 21. Question 13. Andrew O'Connor, Alan Stewart, and Ted Robbins all hosted the game show Chain What?
Letters.
It's not Chain Reaction, it's Chain Letters. You are correct.
I nearly said reaction.
Well, I'm glad your reaction was to not say reaction because that earns you point number 22. And now let's move on to question 14. Disc jockey Tony Blackburn won the first series of the reality competition show, often abbreviated as I'm a This.
Celebrity.
As in, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Celebrity is correct for point number 23. And here comes question 15. A bingo-based game show hosted by Shane Ritchie from 1995 to 1997 was called What Numbers?
Lucky.
Lucky Numbers is correct, and that's 4 in a row. But will you get 5 in a row correct this time? Let's find out with question 16. Type of buzzer the judges on Britain's Got Talent hit during the auditions in order to send acts straight through to the live shows.
A golden buzzer.
Of course, it's the golden buzzer, correct, and that's point number 25, so you're now 15 points away from winning this game. And next up is question number 17. First name of longtime game show host who said, "It's nice to see you nice."
Bruce.
The legendary Bruce Forsyth. Bruce is correct for your 26th point. 3 more questions to go in round 2. Here's question 18. On The Weakest Link, when contestants wanted to add money to their team's total for the round, they said what word?
Bank.
Bank is correct, and that's 7 in a row. We have 2 questions left in round 2. Now let's try to make it 8 in a row and get point number 28 with question 19. Here it is. Ian Sterling narrates the British dating show titled Love What?
Island.
Island is absolutely right for your 8th correct answer in a row. You're now at 28 points, and here comes the last question in round 2. From 2021 to 2022, Craig Charles hosted a game show titled What Bags?
Money bags?
Although you don't sound confident, Moneybags is the correct answer. That was your 9th correct answer in a row, and you did extremely well during round 2, Ed. You only missed 3 out of the 20 questions, which means you earned 17 points in round 2.
Oh, wow.
So, Ed, you have 29 points, which means during round 3, you only need to earn 11 points in order to win. And speaking of which, let's play round 3. Like I explained during the rules, you'll be playing this round against the clock. Now, on the actual show, the clock was set at 60 seconds. However, for Clarke's perfect recall, I'm going to give you a very generous 90 seconds. Each correct answer is now worth 2 points, which means, Ed, in order to reach your winning goal of 40 points, you need 6 correct answers within the time limit.
Okay.
So let's get right into it, Ed. I hope you remember all 20 answers because I have 20 brand new questions. There are 90 seconds on the clock. And to help you out even more, unlike on the real show, I'm not going to start the time until I've finished reading the first question. Don't forget you can pass, and if time permits, we'll come back to it. And here comes question 1. Good luck. Children's game show that featured a computer named Flynn.
Pass.
On the revival of lingo, the squares of correctly placed letters turn what color?
Green.
Correct. Last name of journalist and TV presenter who hosted Hive Minds.
Pass.
This preceded Juice in the name of a comedy panel game show.
Celebrity.
Correct. A 2011 to 2012 reality show was titled Shipwrecked the What?
Island.
Correct. The UK version of Tic-Tac-Doe was titled Crisscross What?
Squares.
No. Contestants tried to complete miniature-sized challenges on the 2019 game show Small What?
Fortune.
Correct. Jasper Carrot oversaw what balls?
Golden balls.
Correct. This is Trapped on a game show created and hosted by Bradley Walsh.
Cash.
Correct. Big Brother aired what number regular series in 2018?
20.
No. A BBC Radio 4 quiz show is titled What of Britain?
Brain.
Correct. Gordon Ramsay hosted a 2021 game show called What Balance?
Bank.
Correct. It's what the pool was filled with on Hole in the Wall.
Balls.
No. Britain's Got Talent winner George Sampson was what kind of performer?
Dancer.
Correct. From 1994 to 2023, Jeremy Paxton hosted University What?
Challenge.
Correct. On a 1999 game show, contestants tried to win Beatles what?
Money.
Correct. It's what contestants needed to catch on Catch Point.
Pass.
Time's up. The answer to that last question was balls, but it doesn't matter, Ed, because you answered 11 questions correctly worth 22 points, which means with a grand total of 51 points, you have won this game of Clarke's Perfect Recall.
Yay.
But even though you won, I'm guessing you'd like to play out the rest of the round and find out what the remaining questions were, correct?
Oh, yes.
Well, you got through 17 questions, so there are only 3 left. This is question 18. Carol Smiley and Jenny Powell were known for turning what on Wheel of Fortune?
They turned the letters round.
Letters is correct. Question 19. Michael Barrymore's Strike It Rich was originally called Strike It What?
Lucky.
Lucky is correct, and this is the last question. Total number of hexagons on a standard Blockbusters board?
I worked on Blockbusters. 20.
20 is correct, and I didn't know you worked on Blockbusters.
Yes, when it came back with Simon Mayo.
What were you on Blockbusters, a question producer?
Yes, question producer on that. And that's another one that I've definitely watched when I was younger as well. I loved Blockbusters. That was one I wanted to be on when I was younger. And then for it to come back, and we made a lot of them. Yeah, that was a fun one. It's just a classic. It's easy, very play along. And a slight element of 2 players against 1 just gave it that little twist. But that was great. Simon was fantastic.
Well, speaking of fantastic, you answered 14 questions correctly in round 3, which means out of the game's 60 total questions, you were correct 43 times, so well done.
Yay! Thank you.
You are most certainly welcome, Ed. And let me just go over the answers to the questions that you missed. Children's game show that featured a computer named Flynn, that is 50-50. Last name of journalist and TV presenter who hosted Hive Minds, that's Bruce, as in Fiona Bruce. The UK version of Tic-Tac-Doe was titled Crisscross What? It was titled Crisscross Quiz, so quiz is the correct answer. Big Brother aired what number regular series in 2018? You had a coin toss there, you went with 20, but the answer was actually 19. And finally, it's what the pool was filled with on Hole in the Wall, and that would be water. But once again, Ed, congratulations on winning this first ever playing of Clarke's Perfect Recall! See, you are a good memory game player.
Yes.
Now I have to ask, since you were the question producer on Wogan's Perfect Recall, how were the questions that I wrote for Clarke's Perfect Recall?
Very good. Genuinely, they were good. And you obviously studied it slightly, exactly it, because you need the 2 numbers in there. So, I wasn't sure, so I had to guess, Big Brother. Was it 19 or 20? But really good and varied questions, which is, as you know, the tough thing for these rounds. But they were all very good, Bradley.
Well, I watched a lot of Perfect Recall episodes to learn the tricks of the show's question writing, so I'm glad that you noticed how I incorporated them into my game.
Yeah, it was really good. Well done.
I appreciate it. And that was the game of the day, Clarke's Perfect Recall. Clarke's Perfect Recall.